Are you saying that as long as they have a green card, they should be able to vote without a valid state ID? Lyndsey, that the green card should be okay to vote. I just heard the last bit of the conversation.
Yes and no. So can you get a state ID with a green card? I don't know anything.
Yeah, you
about
can
that.
still get a driver's license.
Yes. So why, if
and you have to have one.
If you are a green card citizen and you're here or on a work visa for 5 years or whatever that is, and you're working and you're paying taxes and you're putting into your community, why would you not be able to vote? Why not? You're putting into that community. Why would you not be able to say that your tax dollars that you're paying are able to go to this school or to that school or to this?
Because
whatever.
Do the extra step by becoming the citizen so that
it's
you can.
hard.
So what?
It's hard.
Right.
No.
Wow. It's hard. It takes 5 years, 10 years. I understand. I know people have gone through it.
It's a ton of money.
The bottom line is our country.
Wow.
Bring it down. Bring it down.
He's passionate.
No,
He's
I'm passionate about it because exactly what my dad says right here. You start opening up the door. If you're here, why are we taking the
I'm
illegal?
not saying.
Hold on. Why are we taking the illegal out of illegal?
Wow.
What?
We have taken the illegal out of illegal. You've broken the law if you're here illegally. Now your case
illegally is 100% different.
Hold
You
on.
want to be here
Let me
illegally,
finish.
that's fine.
Let me finish.
That has nothing to do with what I'm talking
The
about.
right to vote in this country, you are
we
a
need to
U.S.
separate you
citizen.
two?
No, I'm making a point. Should this be my rant? It's not my rant. I have a different rant for tonight.
Are you sure? Because I think this might be it.
No, the right to vote in America is based on you being a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
Period. There's no gray line.
Right.
If you
It's
want to
black and
become a
white.
citizen, you become a citizen.
Yes, I am telling you from somebody who went through it with a family member, it is fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
So hold on. Let me finish.
That's only fair.
So
Are we gonna have to separate you two?
no.
That's it.
So
I'm leaving.
until
over
the
here.
U.S. gets its head out of its ass and makes this actually doable and manageable for somebody who comes from a different culture to be able, no, don't shake your head, to be able to get into the U.S. on a legitimate term, I don't think that is correct.
Okay, now think about that for a second. And just we're going to jump into politics, just pure politics for a second.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay. She needs that shot, that little
Because think about
little
it.
extra something.
They can come up with Build Back Better. They can come up with voter rights. They can come up with everything. They've been mouthpiecing immigration reform for a decade, and they can't come up with that.
I don't know what that means.
To make it easier for someone to become a
to all aspects, from the dreamers that were brought over as children
Yeah.
illegally,
DACA.
and how do they get those to become citizens?
Yeah.
And
Who've
then
been here
and then
literally
how
their whole
how
life
to
anyways.
streamline and make a better system, including vetting, both sides.
Mhm.
Make it an easier, better, more streamlined system, but also include vetting of those that want to become citizens.
Yeah.
They've been talking about that for over a decade.
Because you can't remove your
3
head out of your
presidents,
ass.
4
And
presidents.
that's not something they're concerned with, because if I still play the game, I can still have you vote even when you're not a citizen.
Nobody agrees with you.
You wanna know what
Angela
Wendy-
says? No, Angela says.
I want to know if Angela.
Angela!
Yes, I was just gonna say I want to know if Angela agrees.
My dad says nope,
Shh, nobody listens to you.
and Wendy says nope. And
No, because it is okay. I am
It's
going to
got
tell
to be
you.
black and white. It can't.
No,
because
it is-
when you start
it
going
is
into a
too
gray area,
hard. It
Okay.
is too hard
but you
to
want to know
get your
something?
citizenship. It is bullshit that you don't need to know as a citizen.
then we need to change that.
Right,
But the
right,
law for
right.
the
No,
voting for
If you make it easier, I 100% would not make you feel as if you have a green card, you need to be able to do it.
Isn't this
that's
the
Because
premise
the
you
people
wanted the
who
show
have
to
a
be?
green card can't get their citizenship because it is so much bullshit. Nobody knows this.
But you
It
know-
is the stupidest shit in the world that has nothing to do with real life.
But you know what? I have the utmost respect for anybody who goes through the procedure.
Absolutely, and
Right.
does it
And
on their
goes
own.
through all the
Right.
steps
It's
to become
so
a
hard.
U.S. citizen.
It's
So what
so
about
hard.
so what about the hundreds of millions that have
already
gone through
done
and
it.
made it done?
I 100% bow down to them because
so now does
I
everybody
can't
else?
make it.
Because this is the argument that
I can't
that
make it.
legal immigrants have said.
We've had
So
to do
why
that.
does everybody else
Right.
get to cut in line?
Exactly. And I get that, but that's why it needs to change. You're
Yes,
going to have
it needs to be.
you're going to have one generation of people pissed off because they had to do it the hard way, as opposed to the new people have to do it the new way. But it is so ridiculous. My medical book is this thick. It's thicker.
But the
But you
point,
pass
can't
that
change.
test.
But you can't change the voting laws.
exactly.
No.
Based
You're
on
looking
that.
at
You
the
need to-
wrong topic that needs to be changed or
So-
looked at.
So
then.
my issue
Absolutely.
is you want to make every citizen to be a voter. I agree with that. That's fine. But you need to make that citizen test easier so
That's
that the
your
people
point,
who
right.
have a green card, who are on that edge, who would love to become a citizen, but can't pass that test, that still doesn't change the fact that they've been paying taxes, that they've been abiding by our rules and our laws and everything. That doesn't change that.
So then basically
Like
what you're
those
saying
people
is,
still, to my respect, you are a citizen.
so becoming a doctor is way hard,
Fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yep.
right? So they should, because of that, and we are such
Should
a
we make
short-
it easier?
we should make it easier.
Fuck yeah, they should.
And they
Because
should make being a pilot
99% of my nurse practitioners that I know are smarter than doctors.
but they
Because as you're a doctor, you have to specify in one thing to pass that test, and that is your only job, is to pass that test.
wasn't this a commercial a couple years ago about
Maybe.
that,
I don't
that
know.
commercial, the whatever the commercial was, whew, yeah, just pass it,
It
finally.
is hard, Dad, and I studied it, and I couldn't fucking pass it. Okay.
But here's the thing: to
But do
win,
you want your pilot that had that to fly your plane that had the test lowered so that way you
No.
can pass?
You're right.
If it still permits him to do the job and have the qualities to do the job, absolutely, that's
But he
fine.
So you're saying that
But
there
if you're
should be a
lowering
minimum.
the quality, the
You're not lowering the qualities.
oh, now Bios
I'm
the Bush
saying-
getting mad.
Now you made him mad. Oh,
Yeah, you
all right,
made
I'm
dial
not
it back,
saying-
Dan.
I'm not saying take away from the main qualities of the test. I'm not saying that. Like, if you're a doctor, you still need to know how to read blood pressure. You still need to know what these diseases are. That's fine. You don't need to know the specificities of 50 different diseases that we haven't seen in 30 years. That you don't need to know.
yeah,
That
but if
is a-
you run across
That is,
So is
that
your-
is a specialist later.
So
That's not what a general family practitioner needs to know.
But
So
if
again,
they're
going back to-
seeing, they're the ones that are seeing. And, I know we're getting off topic,
Yeah, I
but
know.
if they're
Story
the
of our
ones
life.
they're the ones that are going to see that. It's just
But
like
they're
a
not, though.
dentist.
If it's 1 in a million and it was 30 years ago, they're not going to see that.
Yeah, but
So-
if they
And
run
if they do, they're not going to be able to send it to anybody.
So going back
Because
to
they won't
Steve's
know.
question,
They're not going to be able, exactly. They're not going to be able to have any research on it. They're not going to be able to have anything on that because it's something we haven't seen.
It's just
So
like
is-
dentists. They are now trained to spot cancer in mouths.
in
Yeah, if
Zoom,
there's a-
I would
if
have
there's
a
a
place to put a
boob.
hand up, but I don't have a.
Excuse me. Hello.
I have a question.
Okay,
Hold on,
time
hold on.
out.
So your problem is more immigration reform, not
Not the
The
voting law.
not the becoming a citizen.
My issue is becoming a citizen.
Well, or the voting. I guess you're
the voting.
Wendy's
the
right.
voting law.
So
Yeah.
your problem is not necessarily the voting laws; it is the immigration.
No, not
policies.
necessarily.
Right.
No, my issue is that it takes so much to become a citizen that these people who are on green cards for so many years, who essentially have been a citizen for the last 10 years because they can't pass that test, 100% need to be
I'm
able.
I'm going to break your heart, and I'm going to say, unfortunately, you are not going to be voted on to
Probably not.
replace Kristen Cinema in the Senate.
I don't like that hooker, so
Because
that's
right
okay.
now we're
To catch full episodes, watch Coffee Table Chronicles, now streaming on Rumble and YouTube.